Are you traveling with the baby? Well, here's what you need to know. In today's video, we are going to talk about how to book travel for you and your baby. Let's get into it. Hello world. Traveling with the baby can feel very overwhelming, especially because if you're someone like me who has spent so much time traveling solo, I had to switch up my entire travel routine once I became a mom and had to figure out, how do I travel and roam and explore freely while bringing my baby with me? Here's the truth. Just because you have a baby or children doesn't mean that you have to stop traveling. Growing up, I used to hear all the time from family members and associates that once you have children, your life is over. You have to stop everything you love doing and dedicate all of your time and energy to your children. You don't have to stop what you're doing. You don't have to stop what you love doing just because you have children. Just bring them with you. When I became a mom and Bamba was a newborn, he and I traveled when he was just 30 days old. There he is. Shout out to Delta for putting us in first class. I really appreciate that. Okay. Okay. It's perfect because I have room. Me and him have room. This is perfect because now we have more room to stretch out, and then I need to change him, so I can change him without being so close to the next person. Hopefully nobody is sitting right here next to me, and then that's but yeah, we just got enough room, and I'm loving all the space we have. The explorer in me is not going to stop traveling because I have children. What it did do was help me to figure out how I need to organize my travel routine with children so that I feel less overwhelmed. I must warn you, don't let the beliefs around having children and having to stop what you're doing because you have children change the way you think about travel and living your life. Continue to be who you want to be. Continue to design the life that you want to live. And I'm here to encourage you to continue to travel as a form of education, cultural awareness, and most importantly, for fun. Let's talk about traveling with our babies. When it comes to booking travel for you and your baby, we're going to focus specifically on airline travel. Here's how I do it. I need to determine which airline I'm going to go with first. Usually I like to travel Delta, but I have a few variables that I keep in mind when I'm booking my travel, so I don't always go with Delta for these reasons. First is the duration of the trip, the number of stops, and most importantly, airline amenities. Because your girl has to have a comfortable seat, there has to be snacks, and there has to be movies. One thing I love about traveling by airplane is that there tends to be, like, the latest movies always tend to be on the flight. When I travel, that's my time that I can sit back, watch one of the latest movies, or even an old classic movie. I'm always really particular about what airline amenities I'm gonna get when I'm traveling. After that, I review the lap infant policies. Now you may be asking, Shanay, what is a lap infant? Also known as a baby in arms. I'm about to break it down, don't worry. A lap infant is a baby under the age of 2 years old that travels with an adult and sits on the adult's lap while traveling by airplane instead of having their own seat. Here are the rules for lap infants. They must be under the age of 2 years old. That means that 2.5 is not qualified as a lap infant. And then 2 and over you have to purchase a ticket for them and they will get their own seat. As proof of identification, you'll also want to bring their passport or their birth certificate. In my experience, I've traveled with both Bamba and Ahmed, and no airline has asked me for either document for proof of age, but it's always better to have it with you just in case. I remember when Bamba was first born and I was traveling home to Cleveland. I actually watched that video, and so we were traveling with Bamba to Cleveland to celebrate his baby shower with the family, and we had just gotten his birth certificate, and so I wanted to make sure that I had all his travel documents just in case they wanted proof of verification for him, because in my mind I'm thinking they should be asking, because you could just be traveling with any random baby. Separate conversation, but just have your travel documents with you just in case they ask. Also, if you have 2 kids like me and you're traveling with your kids by yourself, you can only have 1 lap infant per adult. So when I travel with both of them, I have to purchase Bamba's ticket. Well, and plus Bamba now is over 2. So he has his own seat, and then Ahmed is a lap infant and he sits with me. And so it's 1 lap infant per adult. The next rule is lap infants fly for free on domestic flights only. The rules are different for international flight, and so when you fly international, you definitely want to check out their lap infant policies for the particular airline that you're flying with. Another way you can travel with your baby is by booking their own seat. And most airlines do recommend this, because when you travel with your baby, you have the option of them traveling and sitting on your lap as a lap infant, which doesn't require any money. But if you book their own seat, then you can bring your car seat on board and they can sit safely in their car seat. So a lot of airlines recommend it. You do have the option of both, which is great. The next thing is lap infants must be added to your ticket. They will have their own boarding pass. So even though their ticket doesn't cost any money, they still need to be added to your ticket. You'll need to present your boarding pass and the baby's boarding pass when you go through TSA and when you get to your gate. So make sure you have those on hand as you're walking through the airport. To add your baby to your ticket, you can do it a few different ways. You can book your flight online and you can add your baby online as you're booking your flight. Or you can call to make a reservation over the phone and book your baby onto your ticket at the same time. I've done it both ways. When I first started traveling with Bamba, I felt more comfortable booking over the phone because I knew I was able to talk to somebody. I wasn't as comfortable navigating the website as a mom traveling, again, versus a solo traveler. It's just a lot different traveling solo versus with kids. It's a lot more to consider. So when I first started traveling with Bamba, I would call and make my reservation directly with Delta so that they could book me appropriately, because I didn't want to make any mistakes and then get to the airport and they're like, oh, this is wrong, you can't travel today. So to avoid that, that is what felt most comfortable for me, but you could book online yourself. The only information they need is their name and date of birth. I completely understand if you feel overwhelmed or if you have felt overwhelmed traveling. I have too, and I'm here to help create more ease for you as you go through the booking process for traveling with your baby. And I'm gonna tell you, a free ticket was enough for me to figure out how me and Bamba can explore the world together. Watch this next video where I share my first time traveling with Bamba. The booking process was a breeze, but the day we traveled, a total disaster. Anyways, keep exploring and I'll chat with you soon. Until next time, bye.